Summer of '93. Boy, what a trip. I've had a lot of fun putting this tape together. I hope it brings back a lot of good memories for the ones that went on it. I hope you also remember the things that were done to help you go on that trip. All the time that your parents spent in preparation, the 2 weeks that many of them dedicated out of their vacation time, and the 2 weeks that a lot of them spent alone at home. This is a truly remarkable trip, something that I don't think very many scout troops get a chance to do. Something to be proud of, something that you'll always remember. I wish that I could have been on both sides of the camera so that I could wave back on the screen now, but I can't. I really had a great time filming it. I hope you enjoyed it.
On there, they don't come out until we go backpacking. But anything in the backpack that you intend to use before we go backpacking. All right, picking up on Sunday morning.
One thing that all good trips have in common is lots of planning. This one began over a year ago with the first backpacking trip. The boys became seasoned campers. Along the way, we learned that we'd need a national tour permit in order to travel that far, and that we'd also have to make arrangements with the places that we'd be staying, like some of the wilderness areas. A lot of motel plans were also made, and many thanks were owed to the Parker family for their efforts.
The National Park Service and plenty of time before outing. Find out.
Here. You know, I just ain't saying to do. Let's pick some of this stuff off and see what else is the first time here. One thing you notice here,
Charles and Wayne gave us a rundown on what the inexperienced camper might take along on a trip like this.
they go backpacking, don't they?
That thing looks like you might have.
You ever thought about just taking an onion sack or something like that, just stuffing your clothes inside of it for a pillow or something like that? No need to take no one. How'd that fella have this stuff on here?
One strap through there.
One strap. It's on there. You don't use one strap because it wants to wobble. Don't use one strap. Next thing I've seen a lot of people have a habit of is they'll use two straps, but they'll crisscross them. What happens when you crisscross?
There's not enough support going down.
Where they cross, you've only got one strap, so you've defeated your purpose. Run your strap straight if you won't use two straps.
Next would be the experienced camper's backpack.
You're going to get nowhere possible where you can get to it yourself. And inside the canteen, you got your purified tablets right there. You got a can picked up right inside if you need to mix anything up. Most of y'all probably won't be using your compass a whole lot. There's going to be a travel book up across the country, and I might need to use mine. I've got it labeled. You got a knife here, it's a Swiss Army knife, which has got all types of tools and stuff, or anything you might need to cut or repair while you're on the trail. Quick and easy to get to. I ain't got to go back here and dig too many pipes to get to it. This is a can of pepper spray. Something y'all think about, you might want to get, ain't necessary. But this stuff here, you spray it there and eyes, it'll definitely decide to go through with somebody else. We'll self-protection for in the wilderness. You're not allowed to have any guns or anything like that. So you won't hit it.
The evening before the trip, the whole troop got together and loaded up the camping gear, food, and suitcases. Everything that we needed on the trip was loaded ahead of time so that we'd leave bright and early the next morning.
What did I do? You done it, Kevin. It's all you. What about me?
Do you have a
You just walk up to me and give me no money. That's mine.
After squeezing everything into the truck, everybody received a bag full of snacks for the trip.
Ration the peanut. For 1,000 miles.
Thank you, Mr. Turner. Never give up on the night. Hey.
All right, next thing on my...
Remember, I'm the co-pilot. I get
You got a brand new van on the gravel.
Amarillo Deck.
What time of morning is it?
Too early to be talking about it. It's way too early.
Every morning started early, and each morning also began with prayer in a group. In Colorado, the troop stopped at a Air Force base and got to see Patriot and Minuteman missiles up close. In fact, they're standing on top of one.
It's going to deliver its warheads where it was programmed to deliver. But as far as test launches, so you got a captain crew that wants to be Russian. They decide to start World War III, so they turn the key. It takes two of them. One person can't do it. It takes two people, and they launch it. Well, there's a time period there that all the other LTC launch control centers is going to get. Now on launch, there's 4 BGDs underneath this. The 4 BGDs underneath there. When they ignite, now you're going to have to do a war. When I was playing, I didn't have one.
And I guess we ain't gonna make the casting in like that.
All good trips have their problems too. Every once in a while we had to stop and work on a certain automobile. Here we see the owner of that car was a little bit concerned about who was working on it. He had a clogged fuel filter.
Arlen, come on, see you.
This lady warned me to turn the camera off or I wouldn't have anything left. But sure enough, here comes Wayne, and we were back on the road again pretty soon. Mornings were always busy, but that sunrise in Casper sure was pretty.
Hey, John. Oh, that was a buck and a doe.
The first stop in Wyoming was the Buffalo Jump, better known as Hell's Half Acre. Hard to imagine all those buffalo laying in the bottom of this with the Indians butchered them. Or maybe it's not hard to imagine either. Road construction caused us to stop and gave that cowboy right there